Final race on the programme, another Class 3. 1650 is the trip here for the last. Happy Spirit dropped back into Class 3 company. He's a dual winner in this grade. Literature run up on his last start behind Winning Faith. Mr. Monty, course and distance winner in December. Fortune Patrol will jump from barrier 4 with Brett Preble. Superform's a two-time course and distance winner. Generous Heart, no luck on his last two starts. We've got Majestic Endeavour, course and distance for the first time, and down to Right Call from barrier 8 and Jack 1 will probably roll forward. We're back at the touch screen here to have a look at the speed map for the last one here, John. And Mr. Monty, well, this has been his game plan of late, isn't it? To jump to the front and try and run them into the ground. Yep, and he's got a reasonable draw to try and do something similar on this occasion as well. I wouldn't be surprised if Right Call went forward. That's his usual way of going. And Big Bang Bong from gate 1, he's got the opportunity to get a lovely position right on the rail just off the back of the speed. All right, Paul, what have you got for as far as the track work is concerned for the last here? Well,
we're going to have a look at Literature, the first one here. He's in good form at the moment, ran a really nice second last time, and he's working here with King of Mongolia. He's going nicely enough without really being pushed out. He's just doing it under his own steam. You know he can take a hold sometimes, this horse. Superform, another one that's getting down to a reasonable rating now. He did run second off 66. He's 68 now, so his rating is dropping a little bit. You can see him there. He's another one that's quite keen here in the morning. And Generous Heart, Zach Purdon has got this horse going very well. It's another good race to finish off. And you can see here he's just doing what he has to do. Nice and relaxed as well as the horse is Generous Heart. And down the back straight, the last one we'll look at is Our Hero. Thought wasn't a bad piece of work from this horse as well. He's just going nicely. The horse came alongside and he just took off. He's the one closest to us in the white saddlecloth. Pair of heroes there, Lucky and Our Hero. Yeah. All right, Literature's our early favourite. Let's start with him and jockey Nash Ruilla.
Literature, Nash, he's known to be a difficult horse to ride. What was he like for you last time?
He was look, he gave me a nice ride. We had a good sort of run in the race. The speed was sort of at a steady tempo the whole way, which wasn't sort of stop and start, which suited him. And yeah, he gave me a terrific kick. I thought I was home when we got the run on the corner, and he got run down by a pretty promising up-and-coming type of horse, sort of down in the weight. So I wasn't disappointed in his run. He is where he's at. He's got to sort of carry the bit bigger weight, but you know, he's racing very well.
He is very quirky, isn't he? The speed map had him quite a long way back, Literature, but he was a little bit closer to the pace on that occasion. Well,
he's his own horse, isn't he? Like, he can pull and reef a lot, and he can take a hold of the jockey. But now Nash is one of the strongest jockeys in Hong Kong, so he'll get him in the place he'll want to get him in, and you know, I think he'll run very well.
Yeah, I think they're potentially a very good partnership, those two. Obviously, Nash was on last time. Yeah, we're going to touch on Big Bang Bong very shortly, but I think he's a good horse at this level. He might just have first run on Literature, so we'll see how things go in the run. But, yeah, he's hitting a nice little bit of form at the moment, is Nash's mount.
Well, Big Bang Bong, you speak of him. Let's have a look at him right in the centre of the track here. As he starts to let down, you obviously quite like his chances.
Yeah, I do. I think he's from gate 1. He should be able to position up very well. He hasn't won for quite some time, this fella now, or his losing run is beginning to stretch possibly a little bit long for Comfort. Not one since over a year ago now. But Olivier Deleuze on for John Sides was a good run on the all-weather, or two good runs on the all-weather, really, behind two pretty decent types. And it wasn't a bad effort last time up behind Let's Take It Easy, who's going the right way too. So, yeah, I like him. 1650 gate 1.
I put him in for fourth. He's won twice from his 29 starts, so I thought he had his opportunity in this race.
Yeah, he's the sort of horse that's always there or thereabouts, isn't he? I didn't find a spot for him this time round, but I can see exactly where you're coming from. The horse I have found a place for, though, is this one in Generous Heart. Now, he's not had a great deal of luck, as I touched on before, with his last two starts, but when he won, he looked very good doing so.
Yeah, he did, and it was here as well, so I think that's obviously going to stand him in good stead. Watch him here just when Zach Purdon's going to try and make his run. It's Chater Legend that just crosses him there, and he's just checked up and had to switch and try and find a gap. That's probably cost him a couple of lengths, and he's really hit the line pretty strongly in what was quite a competitive race as well. So, yeah, obviously he's got to have a clear run this time, but I think there's every chance he will, and he goes into the numbers for me.
Yeah, I've got him in as well. I think he's running well, and he had excuses, as you mentioned, so there's no reason why he can't run well on second board.
Yeah, the form works out quite well with Imperial Gallantry down the outside. He's been running in good heart, so he goes in for me. But who's on top for you, Paul?
Well, for me, I'm going to put Literature in. When he did win his races at Happy Valley, he was running sort of Class 1 times, and he's a very quirky horse. Nasrullah gets on well with the horse, and he's back to a bit of form now. So I think he can win again. Generous Heart, we just saw him. I think he's the toughest to beat. Super Form has run second off a rating of 66. He's now rated 68. He'll get back from his barrier 10. He'll be running on nicely, and Big Bang Bong will get his opportunity, but he doesn't win out of turn. So I've got him in there for 4, 3, 9, 7 and 2.
Similar numbers, slightly different order for me. I'm going to go with Big Bang Bong. He's been in the first 7 times from 13 starts at the Valley, so he's been pretty consistent as far as that goes. 8 times, in fact, in the first 4 from 13 starts. So I think from gate 1 with Olivier Deleuze aboard, I think he can go pretty well, and he's hopefully going to be an each-way sort of a price. Generous Heart goes in there as well. Mr. Monty's got a slightly trickier draw to overcome, but I see no reason why he can't go well either. And Literature, yeah, I think he'll run nicely too. He'll be a little bit back probably in the run, but I can see him staying on while others have had enough. But I think Big Bang Bong is good each way in this race.
All right, 9 and 3 the cue for me, and that is Generous Heart and Literature. All right, so into the stats, and already this month, Paul O'Sullivan's off to a flyer.
He is. He's literally flying at the moment, isn't he? 50% first 3 rate from his 16 runners, as you can see there. 4 wins, 3 seconds and a third. And he's flying. He got them in a row in one of the race meetings there, didn't he?
Yeah, Treble and a Quinella.
And the Quinella with his runners. So he's going very well. He's going to bring some runners here to Happy Valley. The best one, I think, is Moment of Power. He's just going to get a little bit of pressure on him, but he's really well rated at the moment, this horse. I wouldn't be surprised if he won. I've got him in for second, so I definitely think he's a top 3 hope.
All right. Well, hopefully better than just top 3, but a winner.
Yep.
Best bets?
Best bet, I'm going to go for the first race, actually. I'm going to go for the horse called Remarkable. John Size doesn't have many Class 5 runners. Now, Matthew Chadwick's aboard. He's paying $6 at the moment. If Joe Moreira's aboard, you'd be getting $2.50. He's up to 1,800 metres. Looks absolutely ideal for this horse. Hit the line very strongly last time. Honest Horse hasn't run for a year, but his trial at Happy Valley was first class. If you get a chance, go and have a look at that. It was a really good trial. He's had 3 trials, and he did win fresh up here in Hong Kong before. He did have a pelvic injury, and that's why he's been off the scene for so long, but bones heal 100%, so I'm not worried about that at all. And we have a look at the swinger, the Quinella places player of the day here in race number 4, Chair Win, Honest Horse, and Bingo should add some value.
OK, then my best is going to be E-Super a little bit later on the card on race number 6. Should have the race run. The suit should settle off just behind the speed, and this fella has been in really consistent form all season. I can see him running another very good race at Happy Valley on Wednesday night. And for the long shot a little bit earlier on here, race 4, Happy Bow Bay, only the second time this horse has run in Class 4. Didn't totally disgrace himself last time out. He should have the gate speed from gate 10 to still get in a good position, and I think he can be there or thereabouts. Might not necessarily win, but I think he'll get some good each-way value about him. Show Mission and the Champ, the obvious QQP in race number 2. Don't get any awards for originality there, but I think those two will be certainly difficult to get past in that particular race.
All right, race number 7 for me. Cheerful Jet, no luck at all. Ignore that run. Looked very good winning before. Yes, in a higher class now, but I think certainly within his compass. Cheerful Jet in race number 7. And the long shot earlier on the programme, Sky Treasure, getting up in distance. First time over the 1650. We're going to run for our money, certainly for a long way. He'll be out in front. Jack 1 taking weight off as well. Won't do him any harm. And as far as the play is concerned, we'll go back to Cheerful Jet, QQP 7, 8 and 9. All right, well, those are the best for Wednesday night at Happy Valley. As I mentioned at the start, big weekend coming up. Classic Cup, second leg of the 4-year-old series. Early tip, go out on a limb.
Well, nothing I like more, I suppose, to Valentine's Day, isn't it? Coming up on the Wednesday. It's a topical tip, but he looks very hard to beat. And 11 races, don't forget, early start.
Yeah, getting up in trip, Singapore Sling, Exultant.
I think they might go a little bit better, but I think they've got a big mountain to climb on the form book. All
right, OK. Well, that's the show. Thanks for watching. On behalf of John, Paul and the rest of the team, hopefully we'll see you at Happy Valley when we will be racing to win.
Goodbye.
Good night.